Hey, Carew. It's today would be Thursday, August 4th, um, and I just got back from our first soccer game for the JV boys today. We got spanked. I think it was 8-0 by Hermiston, and I'm eating chocolate chips. Um, I figured I'd do a stream of consciousness video, just like you did. Hey, Leiden. I'm out on my front porch, and yeah, it was kind of a depressing game actually. We had a player at the end of practice yesterday who went down injured, and we actually have had another player who went down with I think he had a torn hip flexor about 10 minutes into the game, and he's a really nice kid, and he got on the sideline and he started kind of getting shocky. I think he got scared because it was really painful, and so they called an ambulance, and he was okay, but it was kind of it wasn't a very fun experience. Spent half the game dealing with him. Plus, those two players were two of our best players, and we don't have a lot of good players, so it was difficult. Carew decided that he was going to come out and play. I think Sarah strong-armed him a little bit. And the other kids were asking about him, asking why he wasn't playing. And so when they got back from the East Coast, he decided he'd actually come out and play. And so he's been out to a couple practices, but he didn't get to play in the game because he needed to have a few more practices. So that was... he sat on the bench. It would have been nice to have him because we were out of subs. You know, we only had a couple subs and people were getting tired, so I was concerned about that. Anyway, it was a game. I stayed after and watched the varsity game, and actually it was really interesting because I sat next to this guy and his wife who he coached the Hermiston JV team last year, and he has a couple sons who play. He's a teacher in Umatilla, and I've met him on several occasions at tennis. His boys play tennis and also play soccer, and so I've met he and his kids a couple times and had some good conversations with them, and so I sat next to him during the varsity game, which was kind of good because it was interesting sitting with the parent of the team you're playing against, that you know is kind of a neat person, and kind of having a conversation about the game. And I think it kind of mitigates the tendency that people have to be homeristic about the game, and you know, you kind of demonize the other team's players a little bit. It's too bad, but anyway, that was fun. I also we're getting ready here in town for Roundup, the biggest all-volunteer rodeo west of the Mississippi River. We'll have 40,000 people coming into our little town of 15,000 over the next week. The dress-up parade is the opening event, and that's tomorrow, or excuse me, that's Saturday morning. I guess Friday morning they have a breakfast for all the volunteers. But it should be a lot of fun. I'm going to go around and take some videos and show you. I wanted to actually respond to your kind of comment about the lack of creativity and the kind of feeling a little depressed. And one of the things I've noticed is that I tend to go through these mood swings. Hey, how's it going, Maura? I'm making a video for Carew. Hey, Carew. Sitting out on the porch here, people come by and I have to talk to him, say hi to him. But anyway, I was talking about the creativity thing. And one of the things that I've noticed is that when I was working at Penn State, when I was in grad school, I had no energy for creativity at all. And it was like a 5-year period there where I wrote a few songs, but most of the time, you know, I just didn't have the energy to do anything creative. I felt oppressed the whole time by the stuff that I had hanging over me, the work that I had hanging over me, and it just sucked everything out of me. And I felt the way that kind of you described, I'd go to work every day, and I would be up, and I'd be, feeling productive, and I'd come home, and I always felt, I don't know if this is true for you, but I always felt like I should be working more hours, like I was being lazy. And I look back that now, and I work, I work 40 hours a week now, and I have time when I'm not coaching soccer to feel that creativity in it. I feel better about it, and also, it's actually really cool since Sarah has started writing and Bryn started writing so much. Um, it's like everyone in the house has something going, and we just all kind of do our own things at various times, and we can find little pockets of time to do creative things. It's been really good. But on the other hand, I thought your spooning the tomatoes was a very creative thing that you did. And I also think that you put a lot of creativity into your business. I know that a lot of the products you develop and the copy that you write that goes with those products is a very creative process. And it may not feel like you're doing enough creativity, but I don't know, I think it's there. The other thing is that, I made that video recently about doing our visioning process, and right after I made that video, I went through like this 2-week phase where like work was, I had time to do stuff, but I was distracted. I had a whole bunch of little tiny things going on, and I couldn't focus, and I couldn't get any work done. And for that 2-week period, and it kind of coincided with soccer starting, and I've been so overwhelmed with getting soccer organized that, I just didn't have any energy for doing what I was doing at work. Hey, Lanley, how's it going?
Hi. I wanted to ask you, when you say mint, do you mean...
Just a second.
Well, we're going to use gum, but...
Okay, that's cool. Laylee is here with Bryn and Carew, and they're making a video for a song I wrote called Pumpkin Juice and Dandelion Salad, which I can't remember if I've ever played for you. But, so she was asking me what the lyrics meant, which is kind of funny. So anyway, at work I've been stressed about, I got all this other stuff going on. I can't focus, and I felt really bad at work. I feel like I'm not productive. I'm not doing my job. I'm not getting stuff done. Like I suck. I'm a lousy person. It sounded a lot kind of like what you were talking about. But then just yesterday, I've been working. Actually, we're putting together focus groups to talk about this visioning process. And so I'm writing the script for the focus group, and yesterday I worked on that, and I got it almost completely done. And it's amazing how much better I feel and more creative and kind of freed I feel now that that's done. So anyway, just a thought there. So I probably have 10 minutes or so done, so I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to say goodnight, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Well, actually, I've got a little more time than I thought I had, so... by the way, I'm making these little shorter cuts because the translation software, I have to translate these from MOV files to AVI to upload them and to clip them together. And I have a free translator that only takes 5 minutes, so I'm not good at the time. But I was going to talk about the weather a little bit. It's been cooler here. It's been comfortable, actually. Today, I think it's been in the 80s, like the low 80s, which is really nice, especially during soccer practices. During conditioning camp, it was really hot, but it's cooled down since then. And actually, it's been cool in the mornings. It's been around 35, 37 degrees, I think, in the mornings when I go to work at 6:30. And but it warms up during the day. It gets up, in the 80s usually. But we're approaching 8 o'clock here at night, and I'm sitting outside in shorts and a t-shirt, and it's probably 75 degrees. It's really nice. I love this time of year when it starts cooling down a little bit. But it gets really cold right around October, the end of October here. Halloween's always really cold. But we get a nice, about a month and a half of comfortable sort of late summer, early fall weather that I pretty much love. So anyway, I'm going to go back to eating my chocolate chips, which I have here. And I'm going to go inside and talk to Laylee and Bryn. I'll post this video tonight. Make another one for this weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.